Hello and welcome to episode 133 on the Online Trainers Podcast. Today's topic is dig your well before you're thirsty. Hello and welcome to the Online Trainers Podcast, where we go behind the scenes to uncover the latest tactics and strategies top trainers around the world are using to get more clients, dominate their marketplace, and get their clients amazing results. There is absolutely no fluff here. I'm your host, Linh. Now, I've got a great podcast episode today, only because I've been in the gym. I've been smashing out some really good sessions lately, and it's been super hard amongst all the things that we've got going on, not only with the Online Trainers Club, not only with our social media company, which we manage cafes for, but also I'm relaunching my online fitness programs and courses and products and coaching in June/July of 2017 this year. So that's going to be a phenomenal experience just to go back into the market. It's probably been about a year since I put that on hold, only because it truly didn't serve what I felt were my values, not inside of my life. But when you feel as though you're not growing in a specific area, I want to show you and I want to tell you that it's okay in order for you to take a step back and lead. And for me, a lot of the times it was at the end of, or mid 2016 was when I really put everything on there on a hold. I stopped taking any more clients. I finished up with all of that as I spoke more and more about online personal training, inside of summits, inside of interviews. We ran seminars, we ran workshops, and I put it on a hold only because I didn't feel like it was helping me grow as a person. And I truly believe, now if you're with me, I truly believe that if you're not doing anything that you don't like inside of your life, you should leave. I truly believe that. If you feel as though you're not growing, you should leave. So a lot of personal trainers I speak to inside of the gym, I say, look, if you don't feel as though you're growing at this very moment in time, don't do it just for the money. And I get that it's completely hard. But if you're here with me and you've followed my journey along this time ago, we finished up PB City in approximately, would have been about April, May 2016. It was less than about 8, 9, 10 months ago. And the only reason being was because I didn't feel as though I was growing, telling guys to get into shape. I think a lot of my beliefs, a lot of where my values were lying were personal development, business strategy, and ultimately health as well. Now, with that rant aside, I'm super excited because in June, July this year, I'm relaunching it. I'm going from scratch into a marketplace I've never gone in before. And ultimately, I want to show you behind the scenes because I truly believe in creating leaders. And what a leader is a leader has a greater impact. A leader can show people and lead people to grow, okay? Not just, and I say this a lot of the times because I don't believe in putting out more information inside of the world. The reasons why we have a lot more diabetes, a lot more depression, a lot more suicide, a lot more disease inside of our society today is because of the information overwhelm and people's inability to follow through. So with the Online Trainers Club and everything moving forward, my whole vision is to create leaders who can actually go out there and impact the world. And if you can't do that, if you feel as though you can't be a leader, it's okay. It's okay to be a supporting person and attaching yourself onto someone else that you believe and helping them grow their business. Because I'd rather take? I'd rather take half of a company that's doing, $200,000 a year than take a full company and take full ownership of a company that's doing $10,000 a year. Okay, and I think for a lot of personal trainers out there, that's the reality. The reality is I did a survey, not only for my list, we've got, I think, close to 20,000 trainers on that list at the moment. And we've had a tremendous amount of downloads, 450,000 downloads across the world on this podcast, which is phenomenal considering it's been 7 months. And the one thing that I surveyed was how much money on average did most trainers make in 2016 online? And the statistics were shocking. And for me, it was like, well, if this is your full-time profession, even if it's a part-time profession and you're making $16,000 a year on average, that's not enough to survive. And I remember because when I first started out PB City in 2014 online, I made $10,000 in the first 6 to 9 months. And I'm not sure about you, but 6 to 9 grand in the first oh, sorry, not 69 grand, 10 grand in the first 6 to 9 months isn't going to keep you alive. It's not going to help put you in a place and take you out of scarcity and move you into a more abundance mindset. So there's a lot of things that I've learned within the last year, which I'm so grateful for, the opportunities I've had to grow. And I really want to bring that all encompassing into the next online fitness programs and coaching programs that we do, which is super exciting. So with that being said, this particular podcast topic today is dig your well before you're thirsty. What a lot of personal trainers will do is that they will start marketing when they don't have any more clients. They will start marketing when their leads are running short. They will start marketing when their bank account is almost hitting zero. Okay, now I don't know about you, but that's probably not a good way to run your business. And I did that for a long time inside of my life, because I'm going to tell you, I'm not a very structured guy. I'm a guy that loves to think of ideas. I love to implement the ideas. And then, to think about all the ideas that I've put forth inside of my life for the last 3 years, I've probably started up 100 different companies by registering and building out the domain name, logo, setting up the site up, and then not having it run. But with that being said, what I want you to understand today is I want you to start digging and thinking about digging your well before you get really thirsty. Because one of the things is, inside of this game, patience, is the name of the game. If you aren't willing to be patient enough, I talk about being this person who's going to attract clients, being this leader, being this charismatic leader that stands against something. And if you aren't that person, if you aren't that person at this very moment in time, you will never attract the amount of clients, the amount of leads inside of your life, and inside of your business. I hope I'm making sense here, But let's say if you want 1,000 new clients to follow you, and you are a mum, and you are coaching mums, and you're a mum and you're coaching other mums, and you want 1,000 other mums to follow you, you have to give them a reason to follow you. And the reason isn't just because of your knowledge, because that's everywhere. The reason has to be your uniqueness to the marketplace, your personality to the marketplace, what you stand for to the marketplace, what you stand against. You're almost creating a tribe, or what Russell Brunson likes to say, a culture. And so with that being said, you need to be that person that has a message, that has a strong message, and you need to put out content on a daily basis. That is non-negotiable, because in this marketplace, this saturated marketplace, I can tell you right at this very moment in time, it's super saturated, but it's not competitive at all. So with that being said, I want you to understand that right at this very moment in time, I've been in the gym for the last 2 hours. I've been filming content, not content to sell, not a funnel, but content inside the mind of what it's like to be an entrepreneur, what it's like and in terms of the mindset, in terms of why I went from super lean, 6% body fat photo shoot to blowing out to over 20%, being about 10 kilos overweight of fat that shouldn't have been on there. And the reality was, I let myself go, right? And it wasn't the fact that I wanted to let myself go, and it wasn't the fact that, and you'll see this on the story, but it wasn't the fact that I wanted to let myself go at all. It's the fact that when life gets in the way and your values change and your priorities change. For the last year, I've been speaking, I've been running multiple workshops, I've been working on client accounts, I've been putting everything ahead, right, before my body. And so I talk deeper about the mindset of that, especially for my niche market. And that's what you need to know. You need to know who your niche market is, what they're feeling, why they're feeling it. Are you relatable? If you're not relatable, how can you get more relatable? If you don't have a story, right, that doesn't resonate with them, why would they want to buy from you? Why would they want to buy from a person who doesn't understand their situation, when there's billions of other trainers out there who are selling the same thing, who also don't understand their situation? So what I'm trying to tell you in this side of this podcast, and what I'm trying to tell you is that you need to be unique. You need to have a message. And if you don't have a message at this very moment in time, right, you're probably going to be one of those trainers that I interviewed or surveyed that was making $16,000 in 2016 that was going online. And this isn't going to be a really, really smart venture for you. But that's okay. Because if you're in that boat, it's okay. You go on, you take everything that I'm teaching you, you take everything that you're learning inside of the Facebook group, whatever the content that I'm putting out there, my emails, right? And you're taking those strategies to go out there and find the person who can be that leader, and you team up with them. You team up with them. Because inside, the biggest thing that's going to keep you from being successful, from attaining freedom, is ego. And if you team up with them and you find that, hey, you're building a good business and now you can survive, now you're moved out of a scarce place and you move into a more abundance place, then sweet, right? Then you can start hustling on your side projects and go out from there. But the biggest things, there are a lot of personal trainers out there who are completely broke, but their ego is getting in the way to helping them succeed because they're not willing to take a step back and go, okay, what am I really good at? What aren't I good at? What can I really share with the marketplace? What can't I share? If I'm not willing to share that at this very moment in time and I built a massive resistance to doing it, can I Can I team up with somebody else and actually take the strategies that Lynn's teaching me at this very moment in time and go out and to help them? Because I know that they've got the charismatic leader abilities, qualities that need, all right, that the marketplace wants and the marketplace needs, and they're very marketable. And if they've got a good message that you resonate with, you message them and you team up. Because the thing that's going to hold you back inside of this world, guys, is ego and letting your own significance get in the way. Okay? The truth is, the reality is, not everyone's supposed to be the CEO of the company. Not everyone's supposed to be the founder, but it's okay to be the CFO. It's okay to be the second person in charge or the third person. Okay, I truly, truly believe that. So what I'm trying to get you to do and think of today is trying to be a little bit more strategic. Okay, trying to really have a good assessment of where you are inside of the marketplace now and whether or not you have a better skill to go out there and help and attach yourself onto somebody who has passion and work with them full time and joint venture with them. Because I truly believe at this very moment in time, it is becoming a much more saturated place. And 16,000 in 2016 for most average personal trainers, 2017 that would drop. Okay, because it's hard to play in a field where everyone's average. And it's hard to play average and mediocre. But once you start playing excellence and once you start playing at the top, that's when things will start to change. So the message today, guys, is to dig your well before you are thirsty. And I hope you really get that. And like I say all the time, go implement this by sharing it with a person that you want to tee up with. You know, if you feel as though you can't do it yourself, you don't have to do it yourself. You have a look at some of the most successful people inside of the world. They are pairs, they are co-founders, they are triplets, they are quadruplets, right? Very few people make it on their own, so I want you to think long and hard before you try to do this by yourself, because I don't want 2017 to turn out to be another crappy year like 2016 was for most online trainers, okay? Because the reality is we need more leaders stepping up to change the world. With that being said, I hope you have a fantastic day, and really I hope if this inspired you, if this podcast inspired you today, reach out and let me know, and hopefully I can tee you up with the right person inside the Online Trainers Club. Okay, so have a fantastic day, and once again, please be sure to implement and let me know how this inspired you and by sending me out a message. Have a great day.
Alright, if you enjoyed this podcast, please leave me a 5-star review on iTunes, and feel free to leave a review, and that way I can respond and I can take that on board in developing content to serve you. Now, if you're not a part of the Online Trainers Club on Facebook, please do yourself a favor and be a part of the conversation. That's where I add daily tips, tricks and strategies on how you can build out funnels, how you can get more clients and ultimately become a better online coach. Thank you for listening.